Hello, this is Chuang Ho Quang, a PhD candidate from Chalmers University and University of Gothenburg. In this video, I'm going to introduce about tool named RoleViz, a tool for helping developer to comprehend a software system. In particular, this video consists of three parts. Firstly, I will give a brief introductions about the tool. And secondly, I will give a brief descriptions about the main visualizations, interactions, and filtering mechanisms of the tool. And thirdly, I will demonstrate how to use the tool for helping developers in a comprehension task, in a specific comprehension task. So let's get started. Firstly, the tool have been developed by a group of researchers from three universities, Gothenburg University, University of Chile, and University Monash University. And the visualizations in RoleViz 2 is built on the theories of role stereotype. The theory is introduced firstly by Rebecca Woodbrooks in a book named Object Designs, Role Responsibility and Collaborations. The mechanisms of role stereotype lay in the assumption that every class in a design of a system should carry a specific roles, and there are 6 stereotypes beyond the theories of Rebecca Woodbrooks. They are service providers. Those are the class that actually do something, actually do the work, that get the work done. Interfaces are those class that lay in between the layer of the system to translate requests and convert from one level to another level of abstractions. For example, the GUI in a user interface lay between the user and the system. We transpose the request from user to the system to do. Information holders are those classes that actually hold the information and provide that information for other class if needed. Controllers are have the main responsibility to make decision on the workflow of the system, and actually it had to contact with service provider and coordinator, information holder in order to control the workflow. The coordinator it had the main responsibility to delegate the work. It might lay in between controllers and service provider, for example, in order to delegate the work from service requested from service provider to service from controller to service provider. Structure are those classes that have the main responsibility on managing, collecting, managing a collections of classes. And in order for you to get familiar with the role stereotype, I will attach this slide with video so that you can read up on it. Now let's get to the second part of the video, where I will introduce a little bit about the visualization happens on visualizations of RoleViz, interactions and filtering mechanisms on RoleViz. Firstly, there are three visualizations that based on that focus on showing the structural views of a software system and the roles of the class within the system. The roles of each clause within the system are decided um, by an automated machine learning system that happen behind the scenes of the visualization. With that visualization of canine male case, we have validated by expert in the field, so you can trust on the visualization completely. There are three visualizations. Firstly, it's a package view that show the package, the order package of the canine male case. In each package, you could see some note inside. Those are the class, um, um, and each class had different colors, meaning the class holding different roles. For example, those information holders had colored by red. Those are in navy or interfacer. Those are in orange or service providers. Um, and the size of the class depends on the number of line of code in each individual class. So the bigger it is, the larger the file the class is. When you click on every single class, you could see the source code of the class and the dependency of the class, dependency views of the class. You have another views, another tab of raw in order to see all the characteristic, all the attributes of a single class. You might properly can see it from here, but here in that view you have it as one place, so you can quickly browse over it. When you click on top of a package, there will be a diagram that show the frequency of rows within the package. So for example, in this package, information holder are dominant rows. Why? Yeah. And when we go to the package instructions, it had the same information of package at the view package with additions of association between the package. And the association between the package are marked in red here, showing the incoming and outgoing traffic call from one packet to another's. And actually, the thickness of the association it show the directions of the call. So the thicker end is showing that is the call is initiated from that notifications package calling to that canine package, and the, yeah. And when you point into a single class, you might possibly see as well the relationship, the association between that single class to the other class in other package. And the zooming in, zooming out is happened by scrolling the mouse, or by clicking on magnifies button over here. You can click to that one to go back to the default views. And the third visualizations are the rows instructions. It had the same type of visualizations at the packet instruction, but here their package are no longer exist. Instead, class are distributed into package of row. So every clause that play a role of service provider will be guarded here, and the same for information holders. Every instructions mechanisms and effects are the same as packet instructions. And in here we have also a helper in order to help with the legend. So you could see different colors, information holders, service providers. Regarding to the filtering mechanism, we provide some highlighting, only keep those that match the search string, filtering out those class that meet the search string. You can reset the search. So for example, here if I could search for email, then all the then all the email things should pertain. Yep. So those things. And in order to scope down the views, you could be able to click on the inspect. We will introduce a new windows where you can only see the package that contains the class that match the search before. So by this way, you can scope down the views. And when you need to close this one in order to go back to the main one. Yes, so that's the end of the second part of the video. The third part of the video, I will demonstrate how to use RoleViz in order to help a developer in comprehending a system of canines. Let's say that you are the developer, new developer who need to find out or who need to maintain the part where email is saved. So what could you do? Firstly, I will need to scope down the view. I will need to choose the suitable views. Here I want to focus on the row interactions because I want the separations of the row. Save task might be something that happen at the service provider levels. Then I would scope down the view by searching for message or save, for example. And I want to only focus on service provider because I suspect that the save task should be in the service provider. That had the save attachments async task, and that had the save message task. I want to focus on the save of the email, and in K9 I think email are the notions of message. So I will click on that one, and I could already see that there is a function named do in backgrounds which do the save draft. When digging it into even more, I could check for the dependency of the class. Then I could suspect that the code is not the request of saving the message is not initiated from that service providers. It must be from something else like controllers. And for those, I suspect those two look like controller. I could do the checks by going to the role, and those are controllers. Those look like information holder for me. So let's check the message compose if it had something to do with save task, right? For source, I can do the search by Command F in Mac, and then I can search for for example, save message task. That are the name of the class that I looked before. And there I could see that it's imported save message task. If I could see it somewhere else, here I could locate that the save message task is happening within the context of an event when message is built successfully. So this trigger when message is built successfully, it will be saved. Go back to that one. We could see that the code is, let's check the message compose again. I know that, oops. In this case, message compose is extensions of canine activities. I know that it's extensions of a user interface, so it should be initiated from the the, the, the user. And following the root of the call, message compose is calling save task from here, and checking it again. In the save task, it asks for messaging controller in order to save draft. So actually, it call back to message controllers to do that. I could go to messaging controller and search for save draft in order to see what happened actually when a message is saved. So here it's call for the local message, and then it's saved back to the local store. Now I kind of build up my understanding about how a message can be saved. It will be initiated when in the message compose, and when the message is built complete successfully, it will be saved automatically to a local store. That is an example where I can show how to use the RoleViz tool in order to support the comprehension task related to save message. So I hope that helped, and yeah, and hope to see you in the experiment. Thank you very much. That concludes my presentation. Thank you.